Welcome back, my students. Today, we're going to be talking about linking verbs. So let's get started. Linking verbs are special verbs that connect the subject of a sentence to more information about it. They do not show action, but help describe or identify the subject. You probably already know common linking verbs like am, is, was, were, and are, also known as the forms of be. In this example, she is happy. The word is connects the subject, she, to the word happy. Today, you're going to learn more about how verbs can link a subject to information. Let's look at some sentences that you can start using today. Taste is a great verb, for example. What is this called? Pizza, right. If it's in your hand, you can say, this pizza tastes delicious. Or you could say great or yummy. See how the verb tastes connects pizza to the adjective? And you could use any food or drink in this sentence, like, this coffee tastes wonderful. Let's try another one. Felt is a word you might use. I felt sick yesterday. So we know that this is in past tense. Felt is the past tense of feel, and yesterday also tells us this sentence is in past tense. Do you see the linking verb? I is the subject. What about I? Felt is the verb, and it links I to what word? The adjective is sick. I felt sick. When? Yesterday. So the linking verb is felt. Can we use linking verbs to connect expressions? Yes. The expression pain in the ass means someone or something is being difficult. So you can say, this is a pain in the ass, or he's being a pain in the ass. What's the linking verb in this sentence? If you said being or is being, that's right. Good job. Remember, linking verbs don't show action. They describe the subject. Here are the rules for linking verbs. 1. Don't use adverbs as the subject complement. Adverbs describe verbs in the same way that adjectives describe nouns. You can't say, the runner is quickly. Quickly is an adverb. You would say, the runner is quick. The word is links runner and the word quick. Are you ready for the but? Yes, but adverbs are okay if they describe the linking verb and not the subject. Look at the sentence. The boy gradually became more outgoing. Do you see the adverb? Gradually, right. What is the boy doing gradually? He became what? More outgoing. The linking verb is became. So you can use gradually became. Those words connect and link the boy and the word outgoing. Let's try one more. He hardly seems lazy. What's the adverb? Hardly. And what's the linking verb? Seems. Hardly seems connects the subject, he, and the adjective, lazy. Our second rule has to do with subject-verb agreement. If you need help with those, you can watch the video I did on that topic. The rule is, in subject-verb agreement, linking verbs match the subject. When it comes to subject-verb agreement, the linking verb still matches the subject. Well, let's look at this sentence. The weirdest animal is platypuses. The means one, so you must use one animal is. But you use plural platypuses because you're talking about all of them, not just one. Confusing? Yes. Let's try it this way. Platypuses are the weirdest animal. Platypuses are what? The weirdest animal. This one sounds wrong, but it isn't. Think of it as a group of this one animal, and it's the weirdest of all the other groups of animals. Thankfully, there is an easier way to write this type of sentence. The weirdest animal is the platypus. If you use the weirdest animal and the platypus and connect those with the word is, everything stays singular. The weirdest animal is the platypus. But you have to remember to use the word the. So, if the sentence still sounds awkward or weird, even though it's grammatically correct, you can always rephrase it. The weirdest animal is the platypus. So if you remember these simple rules, you can use linking verbs correctly. Check out this video on subject-verb agreement and this one on verbs. And until next time, please keep practicing. Bye.